Yes, Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Lecture 42 IT 430 E-commerce electronical transactions ordinance 2002 ETO continued. Section 14 unless otherwise agreed where the originator has stated that the electronic communication is conditional on receipt of the acknowledgement. The electronic communication is treated as through it has never been sent until the acknowledgement is received. Any communication automated or otherwise by the address. Any contact of the address is sufficient to indicate to the originator that the electronic communication is Section 15 unless otherwise agreed between the originator and the addressee. The dispatch of an electronic communication occurs when it enters an information system outside the control of the originator. नेक्स्ट क्या है हमारे पास सेक्शन 16 nothing contained higher in before shall confer right upon any person that any appropriate authority should accept, should create, retain, preserve any document in electronic form or effect monetary transaction in electronic form. Except the filling of the documents issues any permit provides of the method and manner of payment. Except the filling of such documents make make such payment procurement or transaction in electronic form. Section 18 provides that the federal government shall establish a certification council which is a high-level body comprising 5 numbers. The qualifications of the numbers of the council are mentioned in section 19. The council shall have its own fund under section 20. The functions of the certification council are described in section 21. 17 section nothing is in this ordinance shall impede or in any way restrict the rights of any certificate service provider to engage in the business of providing certification services without being accredited. Section 19 of the 5 members of the Certification Council. One shall have an administrative background with at least 7 years experience in a private or a public organization. Section 20 grants from the government federal fee for grant and renewal the accreditation certificate a fee not exceeding 10 rupees for every certificate deposited in the depository fines. ये जो है चीज़ इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं है तो यहाँ पर हम जस्ट 2-3 देख लेते हैं और रिकॉग्नाइज और क्रेडिट फॉर एशियन सर्टिफिकेट सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स encourage uniformity of standard practices, give advice to any person in relation any matter covered under this ordinance. Section 23 the certification council shall establish the manage and repository for all accreditation certificates issued by accredited certification services providers and for such other information as may been specified in regulations made by the certification council. जी तो अभी हमारा लेक्चर 43 तो ये भी वही वाला है कंटिन्यूड है ठीक है इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ट्रांजैक्शंस ऑर्डिनेंस 2002 ये है कंटिन्यूड ये सेक्शन 24 ऑफ द एटीओ provides the certification council shall make regulations specifying the criteria procedure for the grant of accreditation certificates to the certification certificate service providers. Under section 25, each certification service provider shall prepare a certification practice statement. ये है CPS इसकी एब्रीवेशन है सर्टिफिकेशन प्रैक्टिस स्टेटमेंट एज prescribed by the regulation of certification council. CPS would be a policy document of the certification service provider which would be filed along with the application for grant of accreditation certificate. रेगुलेशंस में प्रोवाइड फॉर जो हमारा 25 सेक्शन है उसके लिए ये आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ सब्सक्राइबर्स हैज सस्पेंशन और रेवोकेशन ऑफ सर्टिफिकेट्स accuracy of information contained in valid accreditation certificate for ability of reliance and on valid accreditation certificate. Section 31 of in the ETO specifies that does not apply to five different types of document, namely negotiable instruments, power of attorney, trust, will, contract of sale, or convenience of immovable property. Accordingly, such documents are still required to be in proper form. A negotiable instrument is as defined in Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Power of Attorney. Under the Powers of Attorney Act 1881, V27 of 1882. A trust as defined in the Trust Act 1882, 2 of 1882, but excluding the constructive, implied, and resulting trusts. A will or any form of testamentary disposition under any law of the time being in force. A contract of for sale or convenience of immovable property, or any interest in such property. यहाँ पर और क्या कर सकते हैं हम? Section 32 of the ATO says that courts in Pakistan shall have jurisdiction or authority to decide any matter that relates to a person or information systems or events in Pakistan and covered by the terms of the ordinance. 33 section. The provisions of this ordinance shall apply notwithstanding anything to the contrary contained in any other law for the time being forces. 34 to 37 sections of it deal with offenses for different types of offenses that are mentioned in ATO, where the subscriber obtain a certificate from the certification service provider providing false information and deliberately he is guilty of an offense. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास लेक्चर 44 global legal issues of e-commerce and the jurisdiction to try offenses under ATO is vested with the Sergeant courts in Pakistan. It may not be out of the place to mention here about the hierarchy of courts of Pakistan. Law is broadly divided into two classes on the basis of nature of wrong, namely civil law and criminal law. Civil law deals with the private rights of the parties, whereas the object criminal law, is to punish the wrongdoers. Under Article 199 of the Constitution of Pakistan, which is called the right jurisdiction of the High Court. Most of the countries have by now made laws providing recognition of electronic documents and electronic signatures. They have basically followed the model law on e-commerce proposed by the UN body called UN Central United नेशन कमीशन और ऑन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड लॉ। ये है हमारे पास एक एब्रीवेशन एक और। ठीक है, तो इन 1996 global legal issues territorial jurisdiction online contracts copyright in cyber space domain name and trademark conflicts online defamation online privacy issues of taxation on internet cyber crimes. Copyright is a huge area of concern in cyberspace due to the nature of internet technology. वर्ल्ड इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन WIPO ये भी एक हमारी हो गई है एप्लीकेशन in 1996 is proposed to intellectual treatise on copyright which were signed by many countries of the world. जी अब हमारे लेक्चर 45 है तो ग्लोबल लीगल इश्यूज ऑफ ई कॉमर्स। जी, तो ये हमारे ग्लोबल लीगल इश्यूज़ हैं। ये हमारे पास पेशेंट्स इन्फ्रिंगमेंट उसके बाद ट्रेड मार्क एंड डोमेन नेम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स साइबर स्क्वैटिंग concurrent use parasites online defamation online privacy internet taxation.